I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Cassie Freihardt joins us. Hi, Cassie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you coming on. If you could introduce yourself to everybody.
Oh, sorry. I'm Cassie Freihardt. I am a Wolf Girl VTuber. I play a variety of games on Twitch. Some of my favorites include Hunt Showdown, and recently I've been playing a lot of Pal World. That just seems to be flavor of the month right now in my play group. It happens. It's kind of like when you're a variety streamer, you kind of just play, whatever sounds good at the time.
Yeah.
Hunt is the one game, though, I find myself going back to over and over again. But like I said, Hunt Showdown is the one game I find myself coming back to, no matter how long of a break I've taken from it. Because I do, like I said, I play other games from time to time.
Yeah.
And there's a few games I wanna jump on too.
Like which one?
Like Remnant 2. Remnant 2 just got their most recent DLC released, and I was one of those fun people who pre-ordered with the season pass. So
there you
I'm
go.
definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah. Any other games you're looking forward to?
I had Space Marine 2, but my computer and Space Marine 2 aren't really on speaking terms right now. And then I've also been playing a lot of Darktide lately because they had a really big patch that, honestly solved the one problem I had with Darktide.
Okay.
And so I've been playing that quite a bit too with my friend group as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a game that I'm sitting on and have been sitting on since the beginning of the year, and the Stardew Valley game I have to keep away from because otherwise
that game,
it will absorb.
The creator on there is a hero for the people.
Oh yeah.
Like they release metric tons of content.
Yeah.
And they don't charge for it.
Oh yeah.
There's no DLCs. There's no expansions.
Nope.
It's just a patch.
Yeah.
And more stuff is there to do.
And they open.
That's amazing.
They open the source stuff for everybody else to modify too. He's really. So I'm glad I got in on that early. But my computer is like, you've got 30 save files.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can let a few of these go, right? No, I can't.
The problem I have with that game in particular is there's so much time sunk into it, and there's so many games I want to play.
Oh yeah.
I know you mentioned your job you're going to in a little bit, but I work full time. VTubing is basically just a hobby for me, at least until I make it.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's a hope.
Yeah, it's a hope. It could happen.
But that's never something that's guaranteed.
Right.
But it's a hobby. So at the moment, just because of just my own personal life, I've only been able to stream once a week on average. I'm trying to adjust my sleep schedule. I'm trying to get myself up earlier so I can stream before work. That's hard.
Yeah, I'm of that age where I'm old enough to the point where I want time to change for me.
I know the feeling.
So go ahead, time. You change this time, not me. Of course, we're gonna have the daylight savings time change in a little bit, so I guess I win.
Here's my favorite question to ask people: how old they are without asking how old they are. What was your first Pokemon game?
Pong.
Pong. Oh my God.
Yes. My family. Yeah, my family had a Sears Pong game, and we played that until the ong fell off. It was
wow.
Yeah, that tells you. You want to talk about old? I can give you some old stuff here. Yeah.
I'm the oldest one in my friend group.
Yeah.
I feel like I was there when the old laws were written.
That's right. Well, I mean, sometimes you feel like you get lost with it a little bit, but then you get into the game and you're enjoying yourself, and chat's enjoying it, and nobody cares at that point. You're just having fun, and people there having fun with you. Is that one of the reasons why you decided to go into VTubing? Is just to just to have fun with people?
Well, that's why I started to stream. The reason I became a VTuber is a little less good of a reason, honestly.
Ah,
Well, I mean, I started my life as a streamer originally because like something that happened because I like to play games. I'm sure other people do too.
right,
But you're not always hanging out with your friends playing games, right?
right,
So, every now and again, something really cool would also happen while you're playing a game, right?
right.
Like, say you're playing League of Legends, you get a pentakill.
Okay.
I can just tell them about it. But when you start streaming, when you start recording, when you start making stuff, I could show them the pentakill.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Or,
look, look what I did.
yeah. And that's the thing I like about streaming is you get to share those experiences that you have while gaming.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is you're doing. It doesn't have to be gaming, but for me, it's usually gaming.
Yeah.
You get to share those with others. You get to share those hype moments. You get to share those like cool feelings.
Yeah.
You get to share that with others.
Right. Right.
And I think that's the thing I like about doing it. Like, sure, I could be playing this game by myself, or I could be playing with like a bunch of my friends hanging out and chat. That's what I think of my viewers. I don't have a very big following or community. Usually my streams I usually have about 6 or 7 viewers.
Yeah.
And, we're all just chilling, hanging out,
Yeah.
having a good time.
Well, I mean, as long as you're enjoying yourself and they're enjoying themselves,
Mhm.
I mean that's 99% of what you want in the first place. Now, if somebody come and ordered,
Exactly.
if somebody wrote you, a check doesn't bounce for a couple $1,000,000, that'd be good too. But in the meantime,
That would be pretty amazing. I'd be
yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah. If that happens,
Like,
I'll
I would
only take 10% of that if it
I
does happen.
wouldn't absolutely wouldn't mind to make this a profession because who doesn't want to make money playing video games, but there is so much more to that. Like the YouTubers who are up top.
Yeah.
Like, do you mind if I mention other YouTubers that
Go
are
right
out there?
ahead. Go right ahead.
One of the ones I really like to watch, and I've actually had the opportunity to just kind of chat with in DMs very briefly, was the Small and Strong YouTubers. They're like this little pink cat boy,
Mm,
and they have a full-time job.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have a full-time job, but they stream a lot and they create content too. They make videos. They make like stuff for their stream. And they're very creative. They do all these things that like I'm just like sitting here. I'm like, you do all this and you have a full-time job.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I'm just in awe because some people sure get lucky. They like flash in the pan. But then there's people who just work in it, and those are the people I think who are going to have the best success long term.
Right.
Like I said, this is just a hobby for me. I wish I had more time to devote to it, but I'm just here for the fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
At the end of the day,
there's nothing wrong with that, and whatever comes out comes out. It's
Mhm.
if you're the fact is that 20 years ago we wouldn't be talking like this, and that this sort of technology would, if it was available 20 years ago, it certainly wouldn't be to the point where VTubers are able to take advantage of it now. And
Mhm.
we're just in a time now where suddenly the world got very, very small. um, it's so much easier now to come on and have a potential audience of millions, if not billions, of people just by turning on your devices at home, and could
Right.
be on the space station, for crying out loud. We don't know. If you are up on the space station, say hi.
Oh, I'd be telling everyone about it. Don't worry.
But this when you got on and started realizing that you had an audience, that you had people who were coming in to watch and participate and listen and see you, how did that affect you?
Not really. It didn't much.
Hmm?
Because my original audience was literally just my friend group.
Mm.
And so, this is why I often think of like my audience as my friends because they've always been that way.
Mm.
You know, like I don't have a very big following, but it never really started. It kind of always started with a following, if that makes sense, because I have friends.
Right. Are those friends VTubers too?
Yes.
Mm.
Many of them are. I think some of them are on hiatus right now, but
Mm.
they're VTubers.
Yeah.
I consider them such, but
Yeah.
and there's some really good people like in my friend group. Like they're probably the best friends I've ever had. Like my friend Zeta, she was on hiatus for a while because of like personal issues with her family.
Right.
But she just started streaming again, and that's really exciting.
Mm.
And then I got another buddy who is on hiatus because he got himself a full-time job.
Wow.
And you know what? More power to him.
Yeah. Somebody's got to work.
But yeah, I mean, we're all adults. This
Yeah.
is just how life goes. Now you get it.
Yeah. It is tough for some people that way.
But like these friends of mine are just like the best in the world. Like, so shout out to Zeta and Diablo for being the best friends in the world.
There you go, and I'm coming after you. You're going to be on my show sooner or later. I'm putting them in my sights. we'll get them on here eventually. But
so how long have you been doing this? Because like your Discord is like filled like to the brim with different individuals. Like something.
Oh, we
I
have
like to.
Oh well, we've only
I like
done.
to compare.
Yeah, we've got this show. We started things off planning in November of last year, and the first interview came on in January, and since then we're about ready to hit number 300.
Oh wow!
Since mid-January, so we're it's just fun to talk with so many people that have such amazing backstories and talents and reasons for doing it and what it means to them. It's very interesting to me, and I think people need to know the differences and the amazing things people are able to do with this technology now. People are overcoming personal issues, whether they be mental health issues, whether they be physical health issues, situational issues, coming up from left field to start this for no particular reason. Suddenly they really enjoy it. So many different ways to come at this, and everybody is interesting. And I hope that the folks listening get that, and I hope that the guests continue to find that too, because I've got almost infinite curiosity when it comes to this, and that's always helps when you're talking on the radio or on the internet. It's always good to have some type of curiosity, because otherwise the listeners don't care. And
exactly,
it's a lot of fun. I mean, I'm glad that you and the other VTubers still want to come on and talk with the old man a little bit. It's just thrilling to know that there are people out there who still want to do it, and I appreciate every single one of you.
I just gotta let you know from being just a random VTuber out in the universe. It means a lot that you'd want to talk to us at all, like to say, hey, well, you want to talk to me and ask me about my content? You want to hear what I have to say? That's really cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad, and as you've already figured out, we're not really interviewing so much as just chatting.
Yeah.
But it's the chance to know the folks a little bit, because when I run across someone on Twitch or YouTube or wherever folks are streaming, I just get to know them just from that stream, and I don't know a little bit more about why and where and how, unless they have a really deep lore backstory or anything like that. This way, people realize, and maybe there's somebody out there who's listening who says, I might want to try this, and they hear, but I don't have the situation to do it, and then they hear somebody else do it, and then we get to hear somebody come on and do a brilliant song cover, or their voice is just ridiculous, or they're just so entertaining in when they're playing games with the chat. we have gotten, as a society, overall, though there's always some bad eggs, we have gotten so much from this that I just think it should be brought out a little bit more to people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad that you and other folks want to help me do it. Because otherwise, I'd be talking to myself. And if I wanted to do that, I just have my wife turn on the recorder when I was asleep. But when you're on and you're doing these games, I imagine I already know the answer to this question, but is it easy for you to do both game and keep chat involved, or would you rather do one or the other at the time?
It really depends on the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do genuinely have a hard time doing both, talking while gaming, especially if I'm playing a game that requires a significant deal of attention. It's something I'm trying to work on,
Mm-hmm.
but it's definitely one of my biggest areas I personally see that I need to work on,
Mm-hmm.
is being able to stay engaging to chat while say I'm in the middle of a heated gunfight in Hunt Showdown, for example.
Right.
Like, because like Hunt Showdown is a very game that has very high highs and very low lows. Like, it can go from very quiet, very like nothing's going on, to holy cow, this is a life or death situation. And, with very little transition between one or the other. Like, I like to play with my friends. We'd just be walking along through a compound, like looking for loot, or getting the clue or whatever the heck we're doing.
Right.
And then just randomly out of nowhere, my buddy just got his head blown off, and we're doing a 2v3 fight, and we got to wake up.
It's all hands on deck at that particular point. It's
yeah.
And well, that's hopefully that if the viewers and listeners are going along with it, and they've been on the stream for a while, they know exactly how it's going by then. They know when they can interact with you a little bit, and when it's going to be I'm getting shot at by 5 people circling me. I need to do something.
It's just as likely that the viewers are going to be like sitting there biting their nails too, trying to figure out what's going to happen next as well.
Oh yeah. So, were you a fan of VTubers before you switched over?
There was something I was introduced to, and it was just kind of like a light bulb moment.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like, wait, I can do that too. Because I think I mentioned how, like, my transition, I started out as just a regular streamer.
Right.
And VTubing is just kind of something that happened as a result of bad circumstances.
Right.
Like, I was dating this woman for a while.
Uh-huh.
And, well, as relationships go, it went sour.
Right.
And she started stalking me afterwards, and she would just pop into my Twitch chat under a new name every day. And I just stopped streaming as a result of that, because I couldn't get away from her.
Right.
And then I discovered VTubing and VTubers, and I'm like, wait, you're saying I can stream with a different face and a different voice?
Oh yeah. No,
this isn't my voice.
Oh yeah.
By the way.
Well, not only that,
I mean, it's
not only that, but you can still be you while doing it.
Yes, and in fact, this is the cool thing. Like, when I started being a VTuber, I am more me than I've ever been. Like, it's amazing. Like, not having to have your face out there, or your voice out there.
Yeah.
I am so free to just be myself, and it feels so good.
Mm. And the people who are coming to your channel are there for you being yourself.
Usually.
I mean, the people someone who comes back, whether it's somebody you know or otherwise, they're coming back because they're entertained by you. And that's got to be fulfilling. No matter no matter what, you got, they really are coming back because they like hearing what I'm doing. And to have that kind of, is it validating? I mean, not that that you might need it, but does it validate you a little bit to have that type of response?
I mean, sure. Like, I think it's cool seeing the same names over and over again in my chat.
Mm-hmm.
That means someone likes me. That means As I like to say, they are indeed my friend if they're coming back to hang out with me time after time.
Yeah,
Especially since nowadays, like I said, I do typically only stream once a week.
yeah,
And then I don't post a schedule because I don't know which day that's going to be. Yesterday I streamed. Like I always try to make an effort to stream on one of my days off.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to stream today or not. Like right now I'm trying out something new, just kind of behind the scenes. Like I really like Magic the Gathering, and one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube are like people playing Commander. You know how they have those. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they have like their cameras that are like set up
Right,
above their play area, and they play with their friends, like and play remotely.
right, right.
So I'm like,
I've watched a few of those.
we could do this with we could do this with VTubers. You know,
Oh
we
yeah,
could play Magic. We could have our hand cams like with our play areas down below, but then we can have our, of course, our models. You know, in the shot as well for whichever section we are in. You know.
oh absolutely, absolutely.
And that might be.
That's that's also a nice way to learn four-letter words in different combinations that you've never heard before.
I don't know what you mean by that.
You stand accused. No, it's
There is definitely four-letter words that come to mind.
yes. I told a fellow one time who was just starting to play golf. Is a college basketball coach, and he said I'm doing okay. I said, have you thrown a club down the middle of fairway yet? No. I said, have you used four-letter words in a combination you've never used before? He says, no. I said, you're not a golfer yet. until you've hit that point, then you get to be a golfer. But in watching the Magic the Gathering online, I don't know very much about the game itself, but I do enjoy watching the strategies and people trying to what they're trying to do, and well, I don't understand why this card activates this card, which activates this card, or the turns involved. It's still fun to watch. Yeah, so, is that what you're going to try to do with your friends?
Yeah, it's like playing cards with your friends is a good pastime. It's a lot of fun. Everyone's having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same like when I got into streaming. Like I want to share like those good times with others.
Mm-hmm.
So like I haven't played Magic in a long time. I'm coming back in after a bit of a hiatus from it. So like I'm getting new cards and stuff together. And like as it turns out, very few people within my community are interested in Magic. So finding people to play with has been kind of a challenge. But I think I got it together now. And today I'm hoping to test out the technology and just play Magic and have a good time with friends.
Yeah, that'd be and other card games I think will have benefited with that. I mean, how many times have you seen somebody play, for crying out loud, Uno online and destroy your friendship that way? I mean, there's that, and people are playing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff online. People are doing all sorts of types of card games online, and enjoying themselves. It's great to see that you can get somebody streaming the most complicated video game that you can think of, and then you look down and the next person is playing online poker. I mean, if you can't find something to watch, you ain't looking.
Exactly.
There's so many people doing so many things that the entertainment potential is huge. Is huge with that. So that is kind of one of your goals with your channel is you want to kind of establish something like that where it's a easygoing game night with your friends over Magic.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, that wasn't specifically a goal I set out for my channel. I just wanted to, I just wanted to keep streaming. That was my goal when I set out the channel, like I mentioned before.
Yeah.
But my goal for streaming in general is like I just want to share like all these cool moments that happen while gaming with others. Like I don't have any grandiose goal. I don't want to join VShojo or anything crazy like that. I just want to do the best thing that I can do and have fun doing it.
Yeah,
very simple.
Have you always been someone who wanted to entertain people, or at least bring them into your circle and gather around a little bit?
I mean, kind of. Like when I was I grew up watching like Markiplier
Mm-hmm.
or like Jacksepticeye and just watching like their like lively personalities while they play games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to like I'm having a good time like every so few days seeing watching a new video and enjoying my time doing it. Like I want to be that person that makes that kind of content that people just enjoy watching. You know?
Yeah. And
like I don't know if I'll ever get there because it's a lot of work, but you know.
oh yeah,
That would be an end goal to just like have something in place that I can do
yeah.
on a regular basis that I can have available for people who enjoy watching.
If we can get one game off your shelf that you haven't streamed yet to stream, is there a game that you really want to take off the shelf and go online and just have a stream marathon with?
Well, I mean, there's a game I used to play with my IRL friends called Smash Up.
Mm.
Hold on, I'm like rearranging my desk here, trying to get set up for the things that I'm going to do after I'm done here.
That's okay.
And I have managed to tangle all of my cords around everything. 1 second to detangle myself.
Yeah, just don't cut off your circulation there. Just
there we go. Well, it's not so much that. It's just like my the headset, the cable I have on my headset is wrapped itself around everything from my computer.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
yeah, just don't stand up rapidly, otherwise you'll have a new setup whether you want it or not.
Yeah, no joke. There we go.
That happened in radio a lot too. When we use the headsets, we tangle them around things and then stand up and take the microphone and the board with us on the way outside.
I got my my lovely magic playmat I got the last time I was playing. I have the 40K when the 40K decks came out. I got a playmat with the key art for Inquisitor Greyfax. I'm really into 40K, by the way.
Mm.
So that was something I jumped on. I think I got a couple of those decks back when they were a thing.
With what you've been able to do with VTubing,
mm-hmm.
Are you further along than you thought? Are you in better shape right now than you thought you'd be at this point?
Oh, 5,000%.
Oh yeah.
I've met so many cool people VTubing. I've made a lot of friends. I've made professional contacts.
Yeah.
How safe for work is your
We are 18 plus. Go right ahead.
18 plus? Okay. So I even have a company that approached me to make a I'm going to call it a finger warmer. You know, a device that men can utilize in their private times.
Oh yes,
and
finger warmers. Yes.
Yeah, there's.
We're getting near December. It'll be very cold in some.
Yes,
some areas,
yes, and it'll definitely help keep you warm in those cold winter. But so that was something that happened that like threw me off guard. I'm like, am I really big enough to where like this type of thing is what's happening to me? And yes, it is. I had a friend order one and then send me pictures. I'm like, this is really a real thing. They're not like, okay.
All right. Well, I mean, it's certainly, you know, if that would be something you could take with you on the road in case you get stranded and you could, you know, keep warm with it.
Well, I don't know that you'd want to take this particular item on the road with you. But...
Could be a long road trip.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, like I always thought my first piece of merch was going to be like a mouse pad or stickers.
Oh no!
And this company approaches me with like the deal, like, yeah, we'll make it. We'll create the listing for it and we'll send it out to people. We just need to use your likeness, and you know what? We'll give you 20% of whatever we sell. Like,
go right ahead.
Are you saying you? Yeah, I've seen people on Twitter like railing this company for the way that they approach people, but their deal is really awesome. Like the thing that always concerned me with merch is you kind of have to design it and get it made.
Yeah.
And you have to like make so much of it, and this is all out of pocket costs.
Oh yeah.
And there's no guarantee that you're going to sell.
Yeah.
You know, the things that you have made. Like if I wanted to go make mouse pads, okay, I'll go order 50 mouse pads from this company.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost me say $10 a mouse pad.
Right.
So if I make 50 mouse pads, it's $500 I'm out.
Right.
And
then you have to market them and sell them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
So, but
t-shirts
to
and
have another, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, well, anything like that, any type of merchandise, you have to do all the legwork yourself afterwards.
So when this company approaches me and they're like I have to advertise them. Like I like part of the deal is like I have to advertise their company at least minimum once a month.
Right.
But like that's considering like all of the costs that they're accruing as a result of making merch. Um, I mean, granted, it's specialized stuff. They're essentially just using my likeness and paying me for it, and I'm just like, this seems like a really good deal, and I'm not passing it. You know?
Uh, that's a good way to break into the merchandise business.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yep.
I'm like,
Most
oh my
VTubers were
god.
growing up. That was their first dream.
I mean, I just want to play games with friends. Like that's what was my goal. But if I could make a few dollars along the way,
That's right, and
that's gas money.
yep, and
Oh, this was actually legitimately one of my goals as a VTuber. To be able to buy gas every month with the money I make from it.
well, it's certainly feasible. I mean, you don't have to go out and make a mint every time, which is nice, but you make enough just to keep yourself going, and that
Yeah,
and
and
that's and you're having fun doing it. So
exactly. That's the best part of VTubing.
yeah,
Is like, you know what? Even if I just make like a couple dollars a month, I'm having fun making those couple dollars a month. It's not like I'm sitting out doing customer service for an entire month and just getting a couple dollars. I'm out playing video games with my friends, making a couple dollars a month. That's just like icing on the cake.
well, I enjoy this because I get to meet great people like yourself. I do appreciate you coming on.
Mhm.
It's great talking with you. And when you get some more stuff coming up, some events that you might have, or more merchandise, let us know and we'll promote it for you. But we're going to have your links up in the description for the interview, so folks can check out, see what Cassie's got going on. Cassie, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And, if you ever want to hang out and play some games, you're welcome to invite me over for that too. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.